Hi everybody, my name is Erin Bohling and this is my Introduction to Management and Learning Agility video. I'll just start out by describing myself a little bit. I'm a junior business administration major. I'm from a small town called Johnson. It's about an hour southeast of here. And the coolest thing about me, I guess, is I have a Munchkin cat, and she's pretty entertaining. She actually has a pretty popular Instagram page, so if you're ever bored, look up Wiggles the Munchkin cat. Um, so my career goals. Right now, I'm the student manager for the softball team, and that has really kind of opened my eyes to the opportunities within an athletic department. And so, since I've worked alongside the coaches and the staff there at Nebraska Softball, I'd really like to be a director of operations someday. And my steps to get there, I actually want to go get my master's when I finish my undergrad. And UNL has a new program for the Intercollegiate Athletic Administration. And I actually plan to apply for that pretty soon because I'll be graduating next December. So that's exciting. Okay, so the learning agility article. Basically, I just want to go over the basics of it. So it's the ability to remain open to new ways of thinking and to continue to learn new skills. So for the key things that they talk about are innovating, performing, reflecting, and then taking risks. The fifth one there down at the bottom is defending, and they measure that alongside the other four because it actually like inhibits the work that you're doing with the other four. And I'll describe that a little bit later. So the four enablers. The first one is innovating. And this is challenging long-held ideas to find new and unique ways and methods to achieve goals. So something that applies to me for this is I'm generally the person that works harder and not smarter. And so I've been forced to kind of work in a smarter way and more efficient ways, and I've actually figured out new methods to achieve those goals. Okay, the second one is performing. This is learning from the unknown and by remaining present and being engaged. This applies to me because I've been given new responsibilities in the last few months there at Nebraska Softball. I've recently started helping out with the camps with the little kids and just new jobs that they've given me. And so I've been learning from these new jobs, and I've been engaged, and hopefully everything I learn now I can help apply in the future, especially when I hopefully do get a director of operations job. The third one is reflecting. This is hungry for feedback after new experiences, and I enjoy getting criticism from the coaches. It's pretty important, especially when I want to use them as a reference in the future for getting a director of operations job. And so by taking what they're teaching me now and applying it to the job I'm doing now will help me in the future. So that's really exciting, and I really appreciate their feedback. The last one is risk taking. Taking risks is basically taking smart risks that lead to opportunity rather than taking risks just for thrill. It's important that the risks actually lead to an opportunity down the road rather than just the fun of it and the excitement of doing it now. The derailer. This is the defending aspect of the learning agile article. The biggest point for the defending part is many people gain confidence from their successes, but many times they'll shut down the advice or the constructive feedback that they'll get either from their subordinates or their coworkers, and that's why it's actually measured alongside the other four enablers. It's important that you don't deflect that information, but you take it and apply it and then use it. Just the other couple important facts that I found important from the article was that it's vital that learning agile individuals seek new experiences and understand that experience alone does not guarantee learning. So the biggest thing for me is, although I may do the same work day in and day out, I don't learn anything doing that. So now that I have these new responsibilities and I'm learning new things, it's important that I stay engaged. This will help me in the future when I'm applying to the master's program, but also for jobs within the athletic department. And it's impossible for one person to display all four of these attributes at one time. So as long as you're kind of displaying them one or two at a time and you show the qualities necessary to be a learning agile individual, you'll be fine. A few other important facts about the Learning Agility article is uncover new ways to solve problems that lead to a more efficient process in the future. And that's just innovating. That's just creating your own path and not necessarily following the path that others created for you. It's just kind of doing your own thing that will lead to probably a more efficient process in the future. And with innovating, you end up sparking a whole realm of new ideas. So it'll be important that you do find your own process, which will come with the new ideas. And it's always important to ask why something happened and not what happened. If you understand the why, you'll understand what happened. And it's always important not to focus on short-term successes. Open yourself up to new challenges that will force you to grow as an individual. So although you want to achieve short-term success so you can measure how you're doing, it's important that those short-term successes lead up to something long-term. And also, don't deflect the constructive criticism that the feedback you receive. View it as a gift. Okay, Laszlo Bock was the Google recruiter that was at the LinkedIn seminar, and he talked about some really important things. One of his biggest things is you set the bar high for talent and you never compromise. So you always want to hire the best person available for that position, even if you have to wait. If the hiring process takes longer, but you get a better individual in the long run, that's what Google strives to do. They also strive to assess objectively. So every interview is structured, and every interview is structured the same way. So if a hiring manager does not follow that and is biased, Laszlo will actually throw that information out and redo the interview. And the last point that he talked about was give the candidate a reason to join. A lot of times Google actually goes out and recruits them, and they're not applicants for that job. And so you need to give them a reason to want to join Google and want them to meet and give them a reason to leave their current job, which is probably going to be hard to do given that they're being recruited. And similarities between the two, I don't really think they're similar. I think they go hand in hand because Google wants the individuals who are learning agile, those who can innovate, perform, reflect, and take risks. Since they go hand in hand in creating and selecting the best candidate for the job, it's just critical to possess the skills necessary to take risks, create a new method to solve a problem, and receive feedback. And that's it. Thank you, guys.